Find functional hilarity at the Biffa Emporium. Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly.
Soulja Boy says he'll give Bow Wow his Lamborghini if he beats him in verses. Well, you're both verses, so you're equal. Neither one of you can be more versed than the other one. But how are you going to give away a leased vehicle? Or is that the gag? You're going to give it to him and then stop making payments so it gets repossessed. And the truth is, both of you are 3-hit wonders. I can remember one each, but that's about it. When was the last time you listened to Soulja or Bow? But let's get to some real ignorance. Kenya Moore ignorance. Now, you wonder, why does he go in on Kenya? Because she says things like this. And I quote, "I don't think Kyle Richards calling Garcella about not paying her donene has anything to do with color," she quote Thursday evening. "It's not a black or a white issue, it's a green issue. Let's not pull the race card every episode. They weren't cool at the time. Glad they talked it through." Now, you as a Hollywood actress, well, a wannabe Hollywood actress, should know that, okay, the amount of jobs Garcella's up for isn't the same as a white actress. So that still makes your green issue a black and white issue. But you're too stupid to understand that and too untalented to get roles. I mean, you could have just sat there and ate your food like everybody else. Nobody else commented on it. Nobody else said anything. But here you come saying Garcella's pulling the race card when she's explaining the stereotypes and microaggressions she has to deal with, and how something like that means a little more. Instead of acknowledging it as a teachable moment, you're gonna say she's playing the race card. You know, I guess when Bravo kicks you off, you're gonna pull a Nene too. And we'll get to her in a minute. So let me get this straight. In white people gaming the system news, this Italian artist has been making waves over the past few days with his boundary-pushing piece titled Lo Sono, I Am, which recently sold for more than $18,000. Though that price is relatively low in the art world, it's pretty significant considering the work is an immaterial sculpture, which means somebody bought air for $18,000. Like, I just want to create something simple and stupid but charge $18,000 for it, because if people are just giving this money away, like, I will take it. I could put it to good use. I'm going to show you how to use it. It was expected to bring in $6,000 to $9,000, but the hype surrounding the item, or lack thereof, pushed the final selling price to $18,300. I mean, to pay $20,000 to look like a fool. Cecil at least got a polo from the $20,000 he wasted on Kids Force. He says, think of the sculpture as a vacuum. Because a vacuum gonna clean your house. That ain't nobody's room, but that's like 14 Roombas. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy. Well, the air is energy? Okay. And even if we empty it and there is nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that nothing has a weight. Therefore, it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles that is into us. Now, honey, anybody can smoke 2 joints and start talking like that. They ain't getting 18 grand for it, though. But that's 2-joint talk. That's 2-joint talk. That honestly sounds like Apollo when he was talking about time constraints. See, Apollo, you could have been grifting the kids just selling air. Just selling air sculptures. You could have sold a whole bunch to Nene, artless, rugless, plantless. The buyer of Lo Sono has not been identified because they are dying from embarrassment and stupidity. But they will reportedly receive a certificate of authenticity, as well as a set of instructions on how to display the work. I can tell you right now, voila. Voila. Ooh. Ah. Translulu. You don't see it, but it exists. It is made of air and spirit. Child, the emperor has no sculpture. Khloe Kardashian calls out a fan who says she looks like an alien after plastic surgery. Honey, that's not a fan. And you do look like an alien. You've been looking like an alien, but before that you looked like Bigfoot. Alien or Bigfoot, either way it's a Halloween costume. Have you been wondering why we've been hearing so much about Safari and Erica Mena's divorce? Well, I'll tell you, because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is coming back July 5th. So you know Heffa Scott Young and the Viacom gang are going to get their full free press and promo. Act like you know. So Safari said he's willing to let Erica Mena have exclusive use of the home in their divorce as long as she refinances it and he is removed from all liability. Girl, you think somebody gonna refinance her in this COVID market? Erica bad credit Mena? Really? Good luck with that. You are on the hook, sir. 30 years. Fixed. I'm sorry, Safari, but she's gonna run your pockets. She's gonna run your pockets. 'Cause you were stupid enough to get married to her. That was just dumb. Dumb. And where's your prenup? You out here nupless? Marrying an old snake in the grass skeezer like Erica Mena? You know, I knew you were stupid, but I didn't know you were special. Floyd Mayweather versus one of the Paul brothers. I couldn't tell you whether it was, what is it? What are they, Jamiroquai and Lulu? I don't know. Floyd did not knock him out. They went for 8 rounds. I'm sorry, that's an L for Floyd. Like the fact that it wasn't a 30-second affair. You get the money and go, right? It should have been a 15 to 30-second affair, a quick pow. Like literally, like he's a giant, so there's so much of him to hit. You couldn't get, look at how big his chin is. You thought Jennifer Aniston had chin. He has all the chin. He got one of them Jay Moore, Jay Leno's. Chin for days. Rumor Willis. Just chin for days. You couldn't, and knock him out. You couldn't put him to sleep in 8 rounds? That's pathetic. I'm embarrassed for you. He ain't win, but you ain't win enough. Not to be Floyd. That should have been quick work, mincemeat. 8 rounds? I didn't even know you fought that long. Oh, Lord. Jeff and his wife from Tiger Kings have apparently gotten themselves arrested for DUI. How do 2 people get arrested for DUI in one car, you ask? Well, one simpleton was really drunk and decided, let's switch seats and the police won't know, but they clearly see you through the back of the car. So they breathalyzed both of them and off to jail they went. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Phaedra's car was broken into in Miami Circle. Who was getting you back? She said she had a backpack and a Canon camera which had her son's graduation photos. Heifer, you know you pull your phone out to take pictures just like everybody else. Really? No, that had some evidence in there that you want back. That was a keyword, a code to those in the know. And this happened in Fulton County. So somebody would have put up a police report. This is just a case of Phaedra's usual fraud. In Huzzy news, Simon Gubadia alleges that Falynn was engaged in Chitete and posted consecutive receipts of the alleged man she was cheating with, arriving at the house and trying to avoid cameras by walking across the lawn. He's over there on the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, sneaking through the grass. It's pretty damning evidence. You ain't seeing anybody bust it wide, but why are you there all the time? So if Falynn was cheating on Simon, does it make Porsha less of a hussy? Or is she still a harlot, a trollop, and a tramp? Tramp. Stealing your co-worker's husband. But if she was out getting Darren Noggled, is it all fair in love and war? He probably was telling Porsha, look, you see she cheating on me. And does this make Falynn a fool for bringing a man home to her house where you know there were cameras. You know there were cameras. I guess there was some you wasn't prepared for, some you didn't see. You couldn't take it to the no-tell motel, could you? Oh, were you afraid your credit cards were going to tell on you? You don't have your own little bank account where, you could siphon some money like Shitty on Austral? You see, you're just lazy. You wanted the dick at home. If you're going to cheat, get out the house. Make him pay for a private eye and follow you. But you got lazy and you got sloppy. Lord have mercy, the game and his financial issues never seem to end. In debt news, another promoter in Australia has successfully sued him for $500,000. Now you already owe that one half of $7 million, and child, she called Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Western Union, Zelle, and said any money he got, pass it on my way. I'm seizing his assets. Well, now he said he's doing verses half off for the rest of the month. Independent artists only. Well, that's a whole bunch of them now. A bartender claims Kanye West gave her $15,000 to hear him speak. That's what I would charge. If I'm going to listen to you babble like that, you bet your ass I'm going to need some serious coin because, and I've got to pretend to pay attention? The fuck? Run me my money. Okay, Kel Mitchell's wife. I've covered you before and I really don't know what happened, but honey, I'm going to have to tell you something. Kel Mitchell may owe you $1.2 million. He may owe you that, but you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. He ain't got it. I don't know how that type of a bill was run up, but if he was able to successfully stick you with it, well, I'm sorry you were his sucker. But baby, getting out here and begging for the homeless to put you in a home, it makes you look foolish, inept, and incapable. I don't know where Kel Mitchell is getting $122,000, much less $1.2 million. Snoop Dogg takes a role at Def Jam as creative consultant. Do we really need record labels anymore? They ain't doing shit. The music out today is garbage. It's Nicki McGarbage. It's terrible. Everything sounds the same. Everything is auto-tuned. Everybody's a lil or young. And it's like, child, that young, trust me, if you lucky, you get old. You saw how Lil worked for Romeo and Bow. We're not listening to them now. I just think Snoop could do something better with his time. I like him and Martha together. They make some good food. All right, well, those were today's top stories. But now let's get to Nene Leakes on Hollywood Unlocked with Jason Lee. Oh, God. Two of my least favorite widebacks. So the interview starts with them talking about hanging out in Aruba. And Nene tries to get her media personality on. Is there something bringing you back to Aruba? I mean, girl, like, why? I don't see how you can be so natural on camera other times and so stiff and hackneyed at others. And I mean hackneyed in your dungarees. But he gonna say she run Atlanta. The only thing she runs is her mouth. Please, how you gonna run Atlanta from Duluth? I would say Candy runs Atlanta, but Candy keeps getting a C on her restaurant scores, so I don't even know about her. T.I. just runs from the law. Keisha Lance Bottom said, you know what, I done had it with y'all, so I don't know who really runs Atlanta. Angie Stone just runs her daughter to the dentist after knocking her front teeth out. Monica? Monica's so boring. Let's give it to Mon. Nene, why are you hanging out in gay strip clubs? Oh, geez, he gonna say she's one of the best readers out there? No. He's talking about the read session with them sorry sissies going. So Jason Lee wasn't here for her show with the sorry sissies. Nene said she's the queen of memes. There's no other girl that has more memes than her. And if you got paid for them, that would be fabulous. But they out there for free 99. So Jason said, I don't know why you didn't get Phaedra and Marlo and, three queens on a throne instead of getting some sorry sissies that were living 5 to a 1 bedroom. Child, Jason bring up Tanya and said she was a housewife. Nene said she was a friend. She was not a housewife. She was a friend. Girl, I mean, you like Kenya with that Miss America title. So Jason asked her, do you feel like doing a little told you so jig? Because people are saying the show isn't the same without you. I'm sorry, it's only because it was a panty season that they weren't able to get anything but Bolo going. Trust me, next season now that Porsha's back in the saddle, we'll say, "Knee what? Knee J Envy?" Nene gonna say, well, basically it's like Destiny's Child without Beyonce, Roa without me. Jason really gonna say, Niecy, did you have too much power and influence over Atlanta and the franchise and they just had to get rid of you? No. Y'all were great for a while. We've watched you for 10 years. Now we're ready to look in somebody else's face. You're bringing us the same crap over and over and over again. So Nene says, oh, well, there is a formula, and some girls they just use to destroy their house, you know what's. So who threw you up under the bus, Nene, other than yourself? We saw you do it. So Jason says, so when did the discriminating against you start? When did you feel it was a racial tea? So she don't really say nothing except, well, I have an attorney, and when a black woman says something's happened, you should believe her. 9 times out of 10, she's telling the truth. But you see, you're that 10th time. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You're the only one seeing the smoke. Everybody else on all the other franchises, we got new black women coming in left and right. Ain't nobody saying I'm feeling a racial tea but Nene. Child, Jason Lee is shady. He said, well, Kandi didn't listen to the girls that have accused Tidy and T.I. of Harris of assaulting them. So did she listen to you about the racial discriminating? Nene said, oh, let me get petty with you. So when Nene made that joke about somebody getting assaulted, that heckler, and everybody got mad at Nene, she was apparently fired from hosting the Escape Tour. And Nene's like, Tiny hired her, and Kandi was the one who fired Nene. Kandi said, look, she didn't even call the agents or anybody else. She called Nene direct and said, because of this, you cannot host our show. Nene said, look, I just lost it with the heckler. Y'all are out here with some serious allegations and investigators. So Jason gonna say, well, why do you think Kandi would come out against you but not against others? Was she threatened by you on the show? No, because Candy's still there and Nene ain't. But in Jason's defense, and I can't believe I'm saying this, you're not going to get anywhere with people running in asking the hard questions. You gotta softball them. You gotta let them get comfortable, let them feel themselves. And especially with people like a Nene. Nene will tell on herself quicker than anybody. You just gotta let her breathe, let her feel herself, and give her some room. Give that moose some room, honey. And Nene, why would Kandi be intimidated of you? Kandi's got real money, real businesses, several different shows. She's got a whole group she can do a spinoff with, not to mention her family. You don't have an interesting family. Your kids are boring and unphotogenic. Nene talking about, oh, it's a lot going on behind the scenes and people are doing things behind the scenes to get where they are, and it's not because of talent, it's because of what they're doing behind the scenes. No, it's because people have likability and they have a season. So Nene's upset that these girls is coming on for $1,000 an episode, driving her prices down. Oop, shade to Marlo. Some have been on there for a few years and work for free. So Nene tried to get everybody together and get some changes from production, but that failed, like most of Nene's endeavors. Oh, but Kandi went around to the network behind everybody's back, and that weakened. So now he asks her about what she thinks on Porsha's hussy engagement. Nene said, now the show might make it seem like these heifers knew each other, but maybe they didn't, but it still looked bad. It looks as tacky as my house, my artless, rugless, plantless house. I mean, really, like, you look at that background. Like, you couldn't even put a mirror over that fireplace. Just white walls. White wall. Oh, God. He gonna ask her, you and Andy on speaking terms? I thought me and Andy and Kelly Ripa and Anderson Cooper would be friends. Really? You really think them type of people gonna be your friend? Blabbermouth ass you? No. No. And Anderson Cooper, I wouldn't want to hang out with him. He's cheap and unseemly. Nene says her and Andy Cohen are on a break. She says she put Watch What Happens Live on the map. Okay, girl, you was a good guess, but I think more the Michelle Obama, the Oprah, the Mariah Carey, the Madonna. I think those help put it on the map. So Nene's open to repairing things with Andy. But I thought he was racist. You gotta make up your mind, heifer. So Nene says Marlo shouldn't get a peek. She's been out here showing her cervix for a quarter. Why should they give her a raise to 50 cents? So Nene says, well, what's gonna change? What more can you offer? I guess more of her personal life and consistently interacting with the ladies, rather than popping in, popping out. So Nene says, why people liked me so much is I was very regular in the beginning and people rooted for me because I kept it real. And then you got on and you got fake and we said, okay, goodbye. Once you changed your noses 8 times and your personality, we weren't with you anymore. There was nothing left to root for. We were happy for you. You've got your money. You've got your shitty little lounge. Now move along and let's see somebody else that we can root for and watch their journey. You're at the end of your journey. You got to where you wanted to be in an artless, rugless, plantless house. So Nene's now going on about the format not working and basketball wives and how for the last 3 seasons no one could say anything to Fecalo Nostro. So Nene says there's also some girls on Housewives that you can't come after. Like who? Nene ain't friends with Cynthia no more. She said, friends, no. I'll speak, but that's about it. Child, Nene said, I'll raise my hand as much as I can. Lord, you gonna tell Nene to do her own show? She's not interesting enough. She can't carry anything by herself. So Nene's looking for some new sissies for her sorry little show. Now we talk about the Lanithia Lounge. And Jason gonna say, so did you look at Peter Thomas and say, well, since I've seen you do everything wrong, I know how to do it right, and opened your own spot? Nene has a wig line. I mean, I think she could sell welcome mats, but not wigs. Them little Peter Pan shake and goes, you're really selling that shit? So Nene's doing something called the Ladies of Success, where it's rich women who travel together. And Nene said, if you need somebody to buy you a meal or a drink, don't come. Don't come. Because Nene ain't gonna get you shit. Now Jason gonna ask Nene if she misses her friendship with Wendy. That was never a friendship. That was Wendy trying to distract people from the lymphatic legs. Nene says Wendy tried to patch it up, but I just wasn't here for it. Nene says sometimes you just gotta love people from afar, and I wish her well. I don't know her, but I wish her well. All right, well, that was the boring shit. Well, I'ma see you soon for something.
Alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly, allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue. Allegedly, allegedly.